Hi ladies, my name's Caroline, and for those of you who are unsure about whether or not you might want to do a shoot with Alison, or whether or not you have the courage to do it, or you want to spend the money or the time on doing it, I thought I'd give you a little bit of an idea of what I did and why I chose to do it and why I'm pleased that I did. So from my perspective, I ummed and ahed about doing a photo shoot like this for a really long time. I had thought about it and wasn't sure whether or not I'd have the confidence, whether or not I would be able to have a good set of photos, and what the outcome would be and if I'd get very much from it. I'd been following Alison on Facebook and Instagram for a while, and eventually, after discussing it with my partner, I decided to take the plunge and give her a call. And I'm really, really glad I did, because actually the call made me feel so much better and so much more confident that this was something that I did want to do and that I thought I would get something out of it. Alison was so reassuring, she answered all my questions and she really put me at ease immediately, which, considering you're going to get naked in front of this person potentially, that's really, really important. I then decided to book my photo shoot, and I think I had about 8 or 9 months between booking and actually attending the shoot. So after having a look at all of my payment options, I decided to go for a payment plan so that on the day I knew that I could get there and be in a position where I didn't have to worry about how much money I was spending, because I already had it planned and I'd already paid for it in advance. So if anybody's concerned about that, that's a really good way to do it, and I really recommend that you do that. I remember pulling up in my car in the morning of the shoot, and I was really nervous. I sat in my car for a couple of minutes and psyched myself up to go in, and then I walked through the door and I met Alison and I met Juliet, and immediately I started to calm down. I'd never had my post-photo taken like this before, and I'd never even had makeup done like this, so it was all really, really new, but they were really, really good about it. We had a cup of tea, they did my makeup, we did a couple of before and after videos, which I'm sure you've seen online, which just lightens the mood. We then went over, looked at what I'd brought clothes-wise, went through what we might want to use in the client wardrobe as well, which was really interesting. And then we went upstairs and I got into my first outfit. And I remember coming out, wrapped in my dressing gown, feeling more and more nervous again and quite self-conscious. But then as Alison started talking me through poses and helping me understand what it is I needed to do and what positions I put my body in, again I started to relax, and I actually really, really enjoyed it. And by the end, you know, those inhibitions, I wasn't wandering around in my dressing gown anymore. I was just in my outfits because I didn't feel the need to stress about covering up, and it was fantastic. Then went downstairs, had my lunch while Alison did my photos, and then she invited me into the other room, and I remember sitting on the couch and I must have sat there the whole time in silence. I think I laughed out of pure shock at times because I didn't know that I could look the way I did in those photos. But it was a really, really good feeling, and I've now got a canvas on my wall in my bedroom, and I've got a beautiful photo album to remind me of what I looked like, but also how I felt on that day, because it's such a confidence boost and it makes you feel so, so good. So if anybody is even thinking about it, I thoroughly recommend you give it a go. Thanks, ladies.